Garden update for 4th of January 2024. So we've got the one patch here which has got corn, tomatoes. We've got some flowers that are planted around the sides, but you can see the corn here coming. There's corn here and some tomatoes, which is nice. They're starting to all come, they're all fruiting now, which is really good. Some nice tomato plants here. Bit of parsley down there, and there's lots of potato here, because I always plant potato from the eyes that I get on the potatoes that I cut off. And down here we've got some chilies, some chili plants here. Fairly sure the middle one, actually I think maybe all of these might be jalapenos, but I did get a different batch of chili seeds. Over here there's some cucumbers coming here, so 1, 2, 3, and then there's a little one there, 4, and more tomatoes. So what I've done this year differently, which I started on this bed, was put wood chip over the compost, and it's been, I think, a game changer for me, to be honest, because if I dig down past the wood chip, you can see the soil nice and damp, nice and soft, and it's holding moisture under that layer of compost into the soil, and that's purely because of this wood chip that I'm putting now on top of the beds. They used to say that wood chip ties up nitrogen, but that's only if you mix. So the key is just to use it as a mulch. Here's another bed. Once again, we've got some chili down here, some potato plants. Here we've got an old capsicum plant that's survived the winter. It's good to see, it's got a beautiful capsicum coming there. And here we've got some marigolds, which are good for the and there's another one over there, good for the butterfly, keep the butterflies away. Huge potato plant here, some chili, some parsley that's going to seed, another jalapeno plant here, and I've been sporadically planting lettuce. You can see sort of here, little lettuce plants here, and there's some sort of flower, so it'll be interesting to see when that flowers. Then we've got corn, lots of tomatoes coming. These are the Gross List variety, so that they vine, and I've had to add some extensions onto my stakes. So I've got extensions now going to about 8 to 9 foot now, and they're already starting to hit this extension, which I've just used some zip ties to put them on. But you can see the tomatoes, they're all looking really nice. No form of blossom end rot, which is amazing. I used to get that. Now that I'm just doing compost, look at that beauty, that's a beautiful one. And lots of clusters. Every single tomato plant is just full of clusters. You know, they're all gonna ripen up in the next few weeks. So yeah, they're all looking nice. At the back of this bed, I've got some cucumber plants. And you can see down there, see there's 1, 2, 3, and this one 4 going up here. Actually what I'm going to do, because there's a tomato there and it's just ripening, I have to take them off when they're at that stage, because the birds, we've got a problem with birds coming to get our tomatoes. So I'll just twist it, pull it off, and there's a beautiful tomato. See, that's the bottom there, but no blossom end rot, which is really nice. So it's a beautiful tomato. All from compost and wood chips. Down here in the corner at the back here, which hardly gets any rain, is 2 chili plants that I've got going. I think these are jalapenos as well, but I could be wrong. We'll see when they get a bit of fruit. This one's starting to fruit. Let's have a look. What have we got? This could be some sort of bird's eye. What's this one? Could be. But they're looking beautiful, nice and deep green, which is what I like. Little patch here, which used to have a huge rosemary bush. I'll just jump over it. And had a big rosemary pot here. And I just took it all out. See, the birds just make all this mess. They go through, we've got these miners, they're called, and they go through and just flip the wood chips everywhere. So I'm constantly having to blow it back in or sweep it back in. But yeah, I'm just doing an experiment. This patch here is only just being grown with worm casting. So I've got a bunch of worm casting that I put on the soil every 6 to 12 months, and then plant it and then put the wood chip. And look at the lettuce. You know, we've been picking the edges of these lettuce every day, you can see, and beautiful, nice and healthy. I love these red ones. There's another one coming up here, little red one, and over there as well. But beautiful lettuce, rocket here, a couple of rocket plants, nice and peppery. It's and some what do we got? Celery. That's a weed there though, I think. Oh no, I've just broken that celery, but anyway, pull that one out. That's a weed. It's okay. I'll pinch that off. Hopefully I can do it one-handed without wrecking it. Yep, there we go. Put that back on the soil. So that's that patch. Now we've got a couple of raised beds, which, as you can see here, these are the birdies ones, which are great. And there, I've got some bush variety tomato. They're called KY1, the variety here in Australia. First time growing them, amazing. I've only got one gross this one just here, the vine, and that's just vining up over the hoops here, which I usually put a net on, but this year I haven't needed to. There's a little one down here as well, which is great. I'm just putting them everywhere because we've got so many seeds going generally indoors. Here's some sort of chili plant, celery, another chili. Here's that variety, that bush variety, and this grows dense. It's like a bush, and that's what they said. You don't need to stake it like the stake Gross List variety there. These ones you don't need to. And if you go in here, they are just everywhere. There is just tomatoes. It is so dense. It's like a really thick shrub, but there's just tomatoes in here everywhere. And I'll try and see on the outside here. This is what the tomato looks like. See, it's got a little bit of knobby kind of feel to it. Not as smooth like the Gross List, but still beautiful tomato. Really nice. And I've got I'm trying to get some seed here from this old beetroot here. You can see there's the beetroot, and there's some old beetroot here, some smaller ones. We've got some capsicum here, which is looking, look at that, that is beautiful, so healthy. A bunch of celery, more capsicum, chili plant here, and celery and spinach. Here's a little avo that's popped up out of nowhere, this avocado tree. I know that because I'm growing about 5 or 6 different avos in pots. So that's that bed. And if I go along, got all these pots here with all different fruit trees like lemon and plum nectarine, chilies, and Maya lemon here, rosemary, and you can see over the top here in the corner all of the avocado trees that I'm growing in pots. All from seed actually, those ones. I've got one that I've grafted. Here's the other bed, another big birdie's raised bed, 3 metre. What do we got here? I think this is a jalapeno as well. It's got some nice gerber flowers. I think what I'm trying to show you is that if you compost and add the chips on top of the compost, once the plants are grown to a little bit of a size, and then you add your wood chip, you're going to get this amazing growth. Like everything is just beautiful dark green and rich really good organic matter, which just feeds the soil. I've been composting for a few years, and it is a game changer. But this is the next step, the wood chip on top. Doing that on top just creates a beautiful insulation, also creates the composting method, the breakdown method as well, which is what you really want. Here's a big, look at the size of this thing. This is potatoes. This is all grown from the eyes. You know when you cut the eyes off the potato and then you just plant them? This is what I do. And I've got some serious potato growth growing underneath the soil here. You know, if I was to dig, I'd have a bunch of potatoes in there. You can see how beautiful green it is. Here is a capsicum that's overwintered, and it's got these beautiful long ones. You can see there, so look at that, beautiful. A whole bunch of them. Here's that, look at that. Look at that for a beautiful capsicum. Gorgeous. Here's some parsley that probably needs to come out now because it's starting to, look how thick that is. Look at that, big stalk. And that's only been probably in for a few months. I need to bring that out now because it's turning to seed. Another beetroot I'm trying to seed here. And if you look at the size of it, look at that. You know, you can eat it. It might, yeah, I'd probably juice that. You know, or make a nice beetroot dip. To capsicum, I think they're capsicum plants, these ones as well. Marigold, of course, and got some more lettuce here which I've been eating. The wife and kids, we just pick it. We just pick it from the edge. This grows so quickly, so you never have to buy salad. It is just such a quick growing plant. It's a real game changer if you grow lettuce at home. You can see here I've been just taking the edges, and it just keeps coming back. It's almost like it replenishes within a day or two. It's unbelievable. Capsicum or chilies, I think the capsicum, these three here. And then just a celery patch again, because we eat a lot of celery, and we juice it, which is beautiful. So nice celery. What I found was it generally is a bit yellow, and then it starts to go greener, like darker green as it gets bigger. So usually that's a nitrogen issue, but it does sort itself out. The composting, everything under there just starts to, all the life that's going on, once those roots hit down, that's it. Here's a nice little basil, and I've got more basil in pots. Then I've got some chilies over here, some chili plants going. Now these are all, I think they're all different varieties. I mean, if you look at that, that's not a jalapeno, that's something else. I can't remember what it is. So I've got some Anaheim, I've got this, that's a cayenne, clearly that's cayenne there, look at that. Long, thin, beautiful peppers, chilies there. This looks like a jalapeno or some sort, maybe a jalapeno I guess, because I have this darker, see this darker sort of stem, that's like a giveaway. More potatoes that I've been experimenting in pots. There's another potato here, and then there's some strawberry at the back here. This wasn't doing too well, I just repotted this the other week, and it was a curry leaf tree. It's starting to get green again, because I put it in a bigger pot and added compost and mixed in perlite and sand, but I think it was just a lacking in nutrient. So it needed a bit of food. More chilies, all the avo, all my tropicals. This one's sort of been eaten a bit, but they're still fine, which is good. So still doing all right. All the pots here, you can see with these pots as well. Look, see I put the wood chip. So underneath that wood chip layer is always compost. I always put my compost and then wood chip, and I also add blood and bone, and so these are all roses, and I also add dynamic lifter, which is just chicken manure basically. Here's a pear tree. It's not doing too well. I don't know. I think it might have had a bit of a disease or something, but I think it's going to bounce back, hopefully. Here's my first avo that I grafted. You can see the V graft just there, that V graft there. And the mother that I was growing, that I bought, actually died on me. Got root rot, so I'm glad that I got this, because this This is the graft I got off that mother. Here's a little shepherd Evo type B going. And then my last bed up the back, let's have a look, is this one here. This soil I've had to build up over the years because I found that when the guys who built the house just put a whole bunch of waste material underneath this. So over the years I've been adding compost and just building up the soil, but now it's nice and rich and fertile. Got all the tomatoes here on the like a trellis here, and rocket, and all the corn, a bunch of corn here. It's like a bit of a cornfield. Now this is the first batch of celery that I grew this year, and you can see it's all starting to. So with celery you can take once again from the edges, and then it will just keep on giving, which is amazing. These are those bush tomatoes again. You can see they're starting to come now, lots of them, which is beautiful. So we'll have a lot of tomatoes. And then in here, it's almost taken over the celery that I had planted, because I've got lots of celery in here. But you can see down in here, the celery stalks. So they're not like I think if you let them go and they'll get bigger, they're not like the huge ones that you get in the supermarket. So that's something different. I haven't grown celery before, so this is the first year I've grown it. So it'd be interesting, because basically you can take off the edges and then they'll just keep on growing. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Yeah, this bed's, it's, you know, I've just put some more wood chip. You can see the different colour, the lighter or the orangey colour one. That's definitely a hardwood, some sort of gum that I found. Big pile up the road. Got a few tubs worth and just put it on the bed. Especially for the summer here, because we can get 40-degree days, and yeah, you definitely want to have a nice insulation. Now, one thing I want to mention is I hardly water these beds at all. Hardly water. Now, in the past I've had to water nearly every day, but since I've been putting the wood chip on the bed, haven't had to water at all, which has been phenomenal. Like absolutely phenomenal, because it's like, A, you don't have to waste your time watering, and B, your plants are still going to be healthy. Sometimes on a really hot day, what I find is they'll droop a little bit, and at the end of the day they'll perk right up again. Come night, they're perked up again, because inside or in that soil, underneath all that wood chip, is a lot of moisture that's been trapped in there from the wood chip and the compost, and that's basically what the plants will feed on. So, which is amazing. But yeah, that's a quick tour of the beds. I'll do another update once the more fruit and things will come on in the next month or so. And then I'll probably start getting some different seeds going for the autumn planting as well. So thanks for watching. If you've got something, any questions, especially about the composting or the wood chips, just growing in general, just drop a comment down below, and feel free to subscribe and like the video if you got something helpful out of it as well.